Right, run.
Ace.
Right, I'm gonna leave your
Yep, there
party.
it goes.
Goodbye. See you in a bit.
Yep.
How do I leave?
No, fine.
There. Right, guys. We're about ready. I'm gonna make my own party. Right, let's have a look at the results, guys. Sorry about that. Me and Mr. Stim had a bit of a cock up. So it's Shamasi on pole eventually with the 43.5, and behind him is Reese, believe it or not. KLC is behind him in third. Mocky makes fourth. There we go. Mocky recovered fourth. Only 3 attempts clear of Flores. Adam is in sixth. Marcus in seventh. He'll be very happy with that. That Kid Ives is in eighth. Cadidas in ninth. Alan 10th. And we've got Multistim who is actually racing now. Frandy, and we'll also have a couple of guys at the back of the grid. Also Frandy back there actually. They can't even get a lap in. What am I So we're going to go across to the live action channel. So here we go. For the final time on F1 2016, we're going to go to the grid for the final time for the SLR final community race on F1 2016, as we are moving game on Friday to F1 2017. Let's see the race strategy to get an inkling. It's going to be a 2-stop, about 50% race. Should be very interesting indeed to commentate on. On the grid, I can't have a look who's on the grid. Let's have a look. How many we've got? So we do have 13 overall racing, which would be interesting. Hopefully Frandy put the formation lap on. If he didn't, then I'll have to do something else. He did. So now I quit. And we'll rejoin and we will get back in the session now. Get off of Frandy's name. So join off of Frandy's name. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we have no issues. If we have issues, then we've got a bit of a problem. There we go. We have no issues. Let's spectate. As we'll have front row seats for this first lap and the first corner. Should be very interesting indeed to see what people go. Unfortunately, we couldn't have the champion and the run-up of SLR here. I don't really know what happened, even though they said they would be here. You see, we're still on the formation lap, waiting for me to go around. Reese is always on the grid. KLC. We're gonna go to broadcaster mode, and we're gonna go to our pole man, who was Shamasi. See what he can do on his his SLR debut, and hopefully we can have a clean race. There's Alan whinges about the formation lap yet again. We can't have a race without him having his comment about the formation. The reason why we have formation laps is so I can do this, as now we have a front row seat for the grid for the final time for the SLR F1 2016 PS 4 league. And for the final time, we're going to have front row seats for the 5 red lights. So everyone lines up on the grid. We're going to go to a black screen because Codemaster decided it was a thing. Quickly. Shemasi. And we have a jump starter already. I don't know what he's doing, but we'll go. Shemasi's already been jumped on the grid by Reese. And also side by side with Kelsey. Oh, there's been absolute contact. There's a Mercedes round. And we'll see what that is now. Was it? Oh, I need to stop doing that. It wasn't Marcus. Marcus is in a right battle here with Floris and a Renault. And lots of cars everywhere. Oh god, and they're off in that tour. So there's that. Oh, that's Floris in the Renault. And oh, there's a Mercedes off, and there's a Mercedes out, and it is Marcus. He said he wouldn't last a lap. Both Mercedes are absolutely all over the place, and one is out, and the other one is as well, without a front wing, and that'll be Adam. And there is a virtual safety car already, so we'll have a quick run down the grid. So in first place, and the jumps. Actually, it's a good time to retire my car. Can I? No, I can't retire my car. We've got Adam in last. Frandy jump started, and now he's in first. He'll have to do a drive-through. So he's the jump starting Jippo. We have Reese in second. We have KLC third. We have Shemasi going from pole to fourth within one corner. We've got Cadidas in fifth. Mocking Week sixth. Stim all the way up in seventh after it's come to. Oh, Reese has gone. Actually, Reese is retired. What happened to Reese? What happened? Did he just retire on his own account? Maybe. We've got Cadidas in fourth. How's he ended up on that? Jesus Christ, he's stayed out of trouble. We've got Mocking Weeks fifth. Multi-Stim sixth. Alan seventh. Tumas eighth. That kid has ninth. Flores 10th. And myself in 11th. Does Flores have any damage? Not from RC. He's right behind that kid has, I think. Yep. And also Tumas in the McLaren. And the virtual safety car is ended. Let's go to the front again. That's not the front. Shemasi, oh no. There's always Kelsey's making. No, that's Shemasi on. Actually, that's Shemasi on Frandy. He's made a right start. Shemasi has to get from fourth to first within that virtual safety car. I don't know how he's managed that. We've got KLC right behind the Red Bull of Shemasi. Yes, that's right. It's KLC actually with the battle of Shemasi. That means Frandy would have pitted for his drive-through, where I got mixed up then these two Williams cars. So behind, one sec. Behind, we don't want him. We've got Shemasi, then we've got KLC. We've got any battles? Let's have a look. Cadidas, Mocking Weeks, all line astern. Then we've got Mr. Stim there, trying to put pressure on Mocking Weeks. Then we've got Alan, Tumas, and that kid Ives, and Killer Flores. And we've got nothing to note. So we'll go back to the front with Shemasi, who's first SLR race. This is Shemasi. He's kept himself out of trouble, and he's in the lead now. He's on the medium tyres, as most people will be. That Kelsey's actually on soft tyre, which won't last as long. Cadillac is in third somehow. Mr. Stim is making his way through the field very quickly indeed. He's up into fourth after getting past Mocking Weeks. We need to see how Shemasi sets the fastest lap of the race as well. We've got Tumas in sixth, Alan in seventh, and Alan is looking to try and shape a move in his Toro Rosso over that McLaren of Tumas. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll go back to. Oh, there's KLC running wide, and Multi-Stim is going to take second place. Stim will be very happy with that. Move on Cadillac there, and there's that's that Force India of Mocking Weeks. They're all piling up, so we're going to go mode with Mocking Weeks. Where are you? There we go. Mocking Weeks and Alan. That's Tumas actually, should I say? I'm used to Alan being in the McLaren. Alan is just sitting behind at the minute. We're looking at Mocking Weeks, and we're going to go on board with Tumas actually, because he seems to be making a move on KLC. Look at this, side by side. It's a cop's corner. This could end in tears, but Tumas gets the position as KLC backs out. And we're going to look back at KLC. Mocking Weeks is looking to shape a moving to Maggots and Beckett's, that would only end in tears, I'm afraid, going side by side into there. But it all lies as KLC goes quite slow, but here goes Mocky Mix with DRS. Will he make the move? DRS is open for KLC, but he gets a better slipstream. Mocky Mix is going around the outside. KLC, does he see him? Oh, KLC defends nicely there. A bit cautious on the brakes from Mocky Mix. I don't think he wants the accident. You know, obviously, actually KLC's pitted. So his soft tyres are already going off. He's found after 3 laps, which is quite. Oh no, there is. Shemasi goes fastest lap again of the race, and then Tumas absolutely destroys that as Mr. Stim has to, multi-stim, Mr. Stim, whatever isn't it you want to be called, is on the hunt of Shemasi, who's only there in the Red Bull, and I wouldn't be surprised if Stim won. Cadidas third, Tumas fourth, and Cadidas and Tumas, very rhyming names, alright, in battle. Cadidas the much slower in the Red Bull, but here goes Tumas round the outside, and now we're going to be late on the brakes into Luffield and I think that's what it's called anyway. And obviously Cadidas just gives the position up, but also we have a car behind him, Mocking Weeks, who'll be looking at Cadidas and licking his lips saying, I want him. He looks easy to pass as Tumas shows him how it's done. And now we're going into Cop's Corner, and now we're heading down to Maggots and Beckett's. I can sense a move coming on, but Cadidas has got a lot better exit than Tumas, but I don't see it happening as he brakes quite early there. Mocking Weeks will be on him like a shark onto its bait, and he goes around the outside. Hopefully Cadidas gives him the room. Oh, he's got the squeeze, and oh, Mocking Weeks is out. I'm sorry Cadidas, but that move was pretty dirty, as now we're underwater for some reason because we watched him crash out and we have the glitch, which hopefully for F1 2017 is fixed. We've got KLC in 9th, we've got Tumas in 3rd, looking at Stim. Shemasi gets the fastest lap of the race. Will Stim beat that? No, he won't. Let's have a look at Stim's lap times. So we've got Stim. He's been doing 35.1, and Shemasi did a 34.5, and that has blown Stim out of the water. He won't be happy with that. As Tumas is even catching him, he won't be happy with that. Tumas, obviously, last year only just got into the tier 1 of SLR. Yeah, Mocky Mix, I saw that. Frandy is in 9th. We've got Adam in 10th. Obviously, Frandy's just gone backwards. Obviously, myself there. But this is the battle we're looking at. The battle for the lead of the race. We've got Mr. Stim and Shemasi going for it. And also, we've got Tumas in 3rd. Chasing Stim. So we're going to get Stim and Tumas. They are closing very quickly. He's had a very bad exit out of Cop's Stim. So we're going into Maggots, then Beckett's, then Chapel, and then onto the Hanger Straight where Stim is going to be an absolute lane duck on the straight as we open DRS, and that gets an extra 10 kph for the McLaren Honda, and he's down the inside and then goes to the racing line and actually locks up. The moving under braking did not work, and Stim is going to go right around the outside into the last couple of corners of the lap, and Stim just keeps onto the lead, and Shemasi all the time is getting away from the two of them, and it's Stim on the. No, they're both on the same tyres. They're going a lot longer than KLC managed to when he was in the lead. Well, when he was in this battle, and Stim under braking was a bit hesitant. His rear was stepping out all the time, and Tumas. Any other battles? We've got Mocking Weeks and not Mocking Weeks, Decky Dives and Alan just behind, just chilling. Flores chilling. Cadidas, KLC, Frandy, and obviously Adam. So we're going to go back to Shemasi, who's quite a bit up the road already from Stim. He has to pick up his pace. I mean, Shemasi's gone. And I've not really said that a lot about Stim. He's gone, just disappeared up the road, and as you can see, they should be pitting very, very shortly for some more tyres, should Tumas and Mr. Stim. Oh, that was very, very lucky catch. Very good catch from Tumas as he nearly flung it into the wall. And that kid has, because Alan looks like he's made a mistake. But this looks like to be the only battle to watch. So we're going to keep with it, and we're going to go on here outside view as he closes in on Mr. Stim. And he looking into the braking zone. Oh, and that's not really close as he wants us. I need to talk to him. So I'm showing him the chat as we got a move coming now, and Stim defends wisely to Tumas. And look at this, it's very close, and we've got that kid Ives just behind. And Stim, look at under braking in that corner. He's like, his back end's like really all over the place, and oh, he's doing the old cheeky chop into the end of the last sector. And now we're going to go into the DRS straight where he gets some cheeky DRS, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. No, that's not going to be the case. Tumas really needs to make this move if he's going to catch Shemasi, who's nearly 10 seconds up the road already. And now he's going to have a look into Cop's corner. He's going to get a bit of slipstream here. You're going to get a little bit of slipstream, but I don't think he's close enough to get past on there. You see Tumas is ducking out the slipstream a little bit. Stim tries to defend a little bit. But Stim is in trouble now as he's right up his gearbox going into Maggots and Beckett's in Chapel, and then onto the hanger straight where he's going to get DRS and he's going to be closer than ever. And will he make that? Oh, Stim is getting all out of shape into Chapel. Unbelievable stuff from Stim as he hasn't practiced, but oh, there we go. We're getting very, very close. Tumas, wheel to wheel. I'm surprised there wasn't a side plug glitch there, but Tumas finally makes the move and he makes it stick. And I think he may be coming into the yes, he's coming to the bit. Says, is Stim following? Stim is following. And oh, that was very close. Did any of them get? Has anyone actually got drive-throughs yet? That'll be interesting. We actually have a stop and yeah, Reese and Franny got drive-throughs for jumping the start, which is that's an amateur mistake. I'm sorry to say. We've got 3-second penalty for Stim and Cadidas. Also, we have a 3-second penalty for Tumas and Allen. Frandy's got another one. That kid Ives. And a drive-through for Mr. Stim for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that's heartbreak for Stim. He's going to just... I thought he was very, very close. And he was too close for comfort. And now Tumas will be able to go and try and catch Shemasi, who is leading. And I'm assuming he's pitted as well. Actually, no, he was on medium tyres, wasn't he? Shemasi... Has he pitted yet? Let's have a look. That should be interesting. As you can see, he hasn't actually pitted yet. His fastest is 34.0, but he's been very consistent with the lap times as so far. But that kid Ives in second, obviously he'd yet to pit. Allen in third, Tumas fourth, KLC fifth, working his way back. And obviously Tumas has actually got ahead of KLC, which is interesting, by some margin, 3 seconds as well. So them two look to be the two who are going to be on the podium after the pit stop stages. Obviously Shemasi is yet to pit, and Tumas will get an undercut on him. Hopefully we can have a little battle for the lead, as Tumas may have the pace on Shemasi. Hopefully. We'll wait and see. So... is there any battles anywhere? KLC's not really catching anybody. Caddy Dice, who took Mocking Weeks out, didn't give any room on the outside where Mocking Weeks was. Frandy's in 7th, yet to pit though. Stim is in 8th, also got a drive through, and obviously Adam is in 9th, going slow. And Floris may have pitted as well. What happened to Floris? He may have made a mistake. We're going to go back to Shemasi, who's leading. Was any battles? That kid Ives and we got Allen and that kid Ives quite close together, but not up their gearboxes as far. Going through to the old pit straight and into Cop's corner. As you can see, we've got that kid Ives ahead. Obviously, there's some penalties here from Allen and that kid Ives. He takes Cop's really well there, Allen. Well done to him, because that's difficult with the amount of fuel he's got on board so far. And he's ran that curve. Why? How? Oh my God, Alan, you've absolutely butchered that. That would be a warning if yesterday's got anything to go by. As I did a practice race with Marcus, who's now out, which doesn't surprise me. We've got KLC also In 5th, Cadidas. I'm just looking for a battle. Here we go. We've got Frandy and Cadidas here. Will he make the same dirty move on what? Will Cadidas make the same dirty move as he did on Mocking Weeks? But I think Frandy will be a bit more wise to that after me taking him out every time in New Tuber Championship. So here we go on the straight. We've got Frandy looking at Cadidas on the 100 metre board. 4th gear, just to try and get turned in. Later on in the race, it'll be 5th, easy. But we're really closing up on Cadidas now. Is Shimasi pitted? No, he's still out. Lap 10. He's doing really well on them tyres. We're gonna have a look at Frandy on Cadidas. So this is an imminent battle. I've never ever been able to say the word. And also that Kid Ives, I think he may have just pitted actually. That Kid Ives. There we go. He's in the Ferrari, he's just pitted. I'm not surprised if Shimasi actually pitted this lap either. So, Tumas, it's about 35 seconds off the lead. I don't know how close it'll be, because the pit lane is actually really long at Silverstone. It's probably around 30 seconds to be honest, I won't be surprised. So, we'll see if Shimasi pits this time round. No, he isn't. He's keeping going. I think this may... correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he may be going for a 1-stop. Medium hards. Or 2 mediums and softs, maybe. I don't know. Depends on how his tyre life goes. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know where it is. Has Shimasi got any penalties as of yet? He's been pretty clean. No penalties. Alan has 2 now. Tumas has a penalty. How is KLC not got one? Ives has Frandy has 1. Cadidas has 2. Maybe 1 for collision with Mocking Weeks, I'm surprised. Stim has, oh well, he's ruined his chances of a race win, let's put it that way. He was saying before he wanted to win the race, but it didn't happen. 2 penalties for Flores. Actually, Adam's actually all the way up in there. And he's actually already pitted. Yeah, I saw that Mocking Weeks, I'm sorry to say. So, Shimasi is now on the straight. It's Frandy got past... Frandy is actually in 6th. Ahead of Cadidas now. So that move will have happened. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. Got Kadives, got KLC in 4th now. Working his way up, we've got Tumas in 3rd. Alan in 2nd. We've got Tumas near Alan yet. And Shimasi ain't even pitted yet, has he? And he's just done it 33.7, which is pretty decent, let's put it that way. It turns out Shimasi's decent. A very good driver indeed. I knew he'd be fairly decent, but he's done really good job. Oh, and it's a bit of lag from Stim. Maybe he's watching my stream, you never know. Got Shimasi leading. Oh, he's lagging. Oh, that might be a bit of lag. I don't think he's actually revving the gearbox out like that. Tumas is 35 seconds behind, but Tumas is pitted already. Yeah, Tumas is definitely pitted, hasn't he? Yeah, he's only just gone on the mediums. He's going to go 2 softs and a medium and in between. Whereas Shimasi's gone pretty much 11 laps already on these tyres. Tumas's last lap was only 4 tenths off of Shimasi's. I'm expecting Shimasi to take the lead, but not by a million miles, as Tumas should start gaining. As you can see in that sector, he certainly did. And Cadidas has left the session. He's actually still in the race. He just left the session. Okay, so we've got Alan, Frandy, Cadidas. Oh, we've got Frandy behind that Cadidas. In fact, this could be very tasty battle, because that Cadidas is a very fast driver indeed. As I've raced against him myself, and Frandy will not want to give an inch of room to that Cadidas as he goes past. And I've had plenty of experience of that, as we're going to come into Cop's corner and he runs the curb nicely for us, Frandy. But unfortunately, that Cadidas, he did it pretty perfect, to be honest. Coming into that last corner, I don't know why they run that curb, that red curb. I don't understand why they run that curb. I've never run it. personally. Now we're going to come on to the hanger straight. He's going to open his DRS flap. Is actually Shimasi pitted? Shimasi. Yep, Shimasi's pitted. Where's Tumas? Tumas? Tumas, where are you? There you are. Tumas is there. He's actually quite a way back. Yeah, he's got that easily. Got KLC, that kid has just ahead of Fran. Oh, Frandy's actually pitted. His super officer must have gone off. So we've got Alan in 5th now. That kid has 4th. It looks like that kid has may get that podium. Actually, no, KLC. It's 35 seconds off the lead. Obviously, Tumas is the only one that can make something. It's actually brought down the lead from when he was behind Stim, which is interesting. But I think that's just the undercut and having better tyres. I expect that to go back up again, unfortunately. So we've got KLC in 3rd. We've got that kid has 4th. Alan 5th. Actually, that gap's changing. So KLC is actually 12 seconds off the lead. With Tumas is 7.8. That's pretty consistent. We'll have a look at that later. That kid has Alan 28. Cadillac is obviously lost connection. Frandy's actually behind him still. Stim is actually behind Frandy. This will be very interesting. These two have got a long history of not liking each other. Let's put it that way. They don't really like each other that much. Let's put it that way. And we'll see if there's any argy-bargy involved. We've got Floris in 9th. And Adam in 10th, catching Floris all the time. Though he's not that far behind, to be fair to him. Well, actually, I'm wrong about that. He's 28 seconds. No, 6 seconds behind, should I say. But we'll keep on board with this battle between Frandy and Mr. Stim. We'll see how it turns out because this is looking very ominous. As Cadillac is coming along. And he'll give. Actually, no, Frandy hasn't got DRS, has he? Well, I'll go on board with Frandy and we'll know. No, he hasn't. Stim taking it very nicely indeed. And oh, Stim, you nearly ended up in the pit lane. What's the gap between Shimasi and... Apparently it's minus 2 seconds. That's wrong, I think. So that kid has actually take second. Wait, what's happened? Shimasi's behind that kid has. How has he ended up behind him? Is he pitted again? Did he have a drive-through? Oh, Shimasi, no! He had a drive-through. No, that's heartbreaking. I'm sorry. Oh, Shimasi. Now you've got a recovery job to try and get out of these two. That kid Ives is no slouch, let's put it this way. But Shimasi has proved to us in this race alone that he is very fast indeed. And now we've got a battle on the straight with Shimasi, who was easily leading and had a drive-through on all the tracks. This one is the worst, to be honest. And Tumas sets the fastest lap of the race to rub it in Shimasi's nose, and that's heartbreaking. But the good news for Shimasi that is that Tumas may have to pit again. Because he is on the... What tyres is Tumas on? He's on the mediums and he's been on them since lap 7. I don't think he can get them to lap 26. So he may have to pit again, whereas Shimasi's got a very good strategy indeed to only do the one stop. As that kid Ives defends and Shimasi around the outside. Ives defends. Very nice battling indeed. Ives around the outside. He tries to keep it and he has to back out because of the curb. Unlucky. Ives is actually still there. Where is he? Ives. That kid Ives. But unfortunately, Shimasi has just got him there. Unlucky Ives. Very good battle though. And he's still actually trying to keep. He's keeping it. Oh, Shimasi mid corner loses the back end like no tomorrow. But oh, that's running wide. Unfortunately for Ives, he tried to cut back, but it didn't quite happen for him. But maybe on the straight it might happen. This move, maybe. That could have no. Nah, I think Shimasi's gone. We've got Alan in 4th, who's doing quite well for himself. KLC 5th. Frandy 6th. Multi-Stim 7th. Who may have had. He's pitted again, maybe. Is he pitted again? No. He's dropped back from Frandy. Let's have a look. He actually last lap he had a very, very bad lap. He had a 41, 42-2. I don't really know what happened there. But we're gonna go back on board Flores. We've got Adam lapping me, my ghost car. Tumas leading. Through a bit of luck, to be honest. Shimasi will be dropping back all the time through this stint and through the next one. So maybe he might have. And actually, that kid Ives he isn't giving up, is he? He's like, no, I'm gonna fight this position. I'm gonna take you to cleaners. He wants it back. He isn't just gonna let Shimasi lay down after his mistake in the drive-through. He's not gonna let this go and line down, is he? He's gonna try and go into Cop's corner. Right there, there's a bit of lag there actually. So I don't really know how close he is to him. Interestingly. And now coming into the... I'm going to turn this bubbly here up so I can hear it a bit better. So he's going to come into Cop's corner. He's still right behind him. All the time he's going to be closing with the slipstream into Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. This is where Shimasi should be getting the better exit and pull away slightly. But he doesn't really, does he? And now that kid Ives will have the DRS. He goes very defensive, Shimasi. He should have this. Ives just doesn't have the straight line speed. He tries going the racing line, going around the outside into Stowe. Oh, what a move from that kid Ives. Round the outside of Stowe corner. He's done a Valtteri Bottas round the outside of Shimasi and made him look like an absolute mug on that and through the mid corner of Stowe. He did go the defensive line, I have to admit, but what a move from that kid Ives. And he's actually in the lead of the race now, because Tumas may pitted. Yep, he's pitted onto a set of mediums and is going to the end. And what is the gap between Shimasi? Shimasi's there, and that kid. Tumas has a very good chance of catching these two as well. Obviously, they're on hard tyres. And Tumas is on the softer medium tyre, so it should go faster. And we should be in for a real battle at the end. And we've got Shimasi with that kid Ives now, right with him. And that kid Ives will be holding him up, to be quite honest with you. We've got Tumas behind, which is quite interesting, actually. 1 second. We've got Tumas in third, Shimasi second, and that kid Ives leading. And I know that kid Ives has won a community race before. He won the Brazil SLR community race. He hasn't won any league races, unfortunately, and it's very slow through there. I think he's doing that on purpose to try and hold him back. And this time, that kid Ives is actually going to do exactly what Shimasi did. But Shimasi is a lot closer to that kid Ives than that kid Ives was to Shimasi, and he's going to hold it. Oh, there's contact! There's contact, and Shimasi realises he's probably wrong. We need to go on board with Shimasi. Shimasi, I think, realised he was probably wrong for cutting him off like that, and lets him back past. But here he is with a switchback, and look at that for an exit. Jesus Christ, that kid Ives had nothing on that exit, and now into the first corner. This is very dangerous if you're going to go for a move here, and he's not quite close enough. Tumas will be thinking, yum yum, I'm coming to get you. Only 2.5 seconds back, and he'll be licking his lips with that kid Ives holding Shimasi up. An absolute treat through these sets of corners. Look, is not quite getting on the power. Look at this, it's closing up all the time. And you see Tumas catching under both of them, but it's one thing catching a car and it's another one to actually overtake them. So we're going to come, and we are actually on lap 18 already. Jesus Christ, we've got Alan in fourth, KLC 5th, Frandy 6th, Killer Flores in 7th, Ninja Hazard in 8th. We've got a battle there, and I think he just gave that one up, to be honest. So we're going to go back to that kid Ives who's leading from Shimasi. It's a very close battle indeed. That kid Ives is going to defend into Maggots and Beckett's, and it would 100% not move into Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel unless that kid Ives locks up into Chapel. And he doesn't. If anything, Shimasi locks up a little bit, but I reckon that's just the actual my camera thing. And now we've got a battle. We've got that kid Ives and Shimasi. Shimasi's going to try and take the inside line, but that kid Ives defends. They're a very hard battle, and Shimasi goes around the outside like Ives did. Oh, what a move! He's done exactly the same. He's done exactly the same to what Ives did to him, and he locks up slightly. So we're going to go on board with Ives, who won't just sit this down like he did last time. And obviously Tumas, look at Tumas, he's closed up so much. He's got 8 laps, and he sets the fastest lap of the race with 1:33.3. And he'll be catching them all the time, and he'll be licking his lips. He's nearly within a second of the lead. He'll be within a second of that kid Ives, I tell you, as they are all line astern, 1, 2, 3, and there's a lap car there, and it's my ghost car. And Thomas should get DRS. No, he doesn't. He will do by the time he gets down to the straight, because Shimasi, them two on the hard tyre, are holding each other up. I mean, look at this. Shimasi, and then that kid Ives, and Tumas, all there, trying to fight for the lead. And what a battle it is. We may have not had the numbers in this race, but the battling in the lead has been pretty exceptional from that kid Ives and Shimasi, and also Tumas involved there. And also we'll have DRS on that kid Ives, and Shimasi seems to have pulled away now slightly on that kid Ives. They're pretty similar gaps to that kid Ives, Tumas and Shimasi. And now we're coming into Chapel, and you can see that kid Ives is struggling a lot, and Tumas is just going to be like, yep, I know I've got you. He's going to try the inside, and realises that kid Ives is a bit more wise than that. Tries around the outside when he gets out of slipstream. It's going to be difficult side by side, and that kid Ives defends it well, but he'll get a second bite of the cherry into the corner, and Tumas thinks better of it, but then goes around the inside, side by side into last corners, where Shimasi getting away all the time and sets the fastest lap of the race. And that kid Ives really needs to let Tumas go if we're going to have a decent battle for the lead. And Kelsey and Alan are actually closing into each other as well, which is very interesting indeed. Is anything happening in chat? Nope. We've got Tumas right behind that kid Ives. It should happen now. He is close enough. Get in the slipstream, Tumas. Take my advice, or don't. Try to go around the outside of this corner, which is a wise move, because you get the inside of the second corner. And he's gone round the outside, and no problem indeed. And now he's got a 2.5 second gap to catch to Shimasi, but he's on the better tyres, is Tumas. So expect a really good battle right at the end of the race. Yeah, and Stim is failing, as it says in the chat. Also, what's happening? Is Kelsey and Alan coming together? Yeah, with a similar gap. We've got Frandy in 6th, Stim in 7th, Adam in 8th, Floris is actually behind Adam, but he'll be catching him all the time. Oh, Stim! I think he may retire at this point. I think he may have gave up, but he spins it round, and yeah, let's set out of the way. We're going to go back to the lead, and Tumas. The gap is pretty stable, but I reckon Tumas has extra in the tank. He's a very fast driver, and to be fair, this is a wheel circuit and probably a no assist circuit as well. It's better for no assists, it seems, as I'm quite fast here, and it's one of my best tracks, and I'm assuming the same for Tumas, and Tumas is faster than me, so I'm presuming that Tumas will close that gap all the time. Kelsey, we've got a battle for Kelsey's position? No. That kid Ives is actually in the pits. He's actually got a drive through, actually. Interesting. Friend is pitting, so that kid Ives will still get 5th. Alan 4th. Kelsey 3rd. Tumas 2nd. And obviously Shimasi in the lead. And it's coming down slightly, but not enough. It needs to be coming down from 4 or 5 tenths a lap. At least about half a second a lap. And I reckon that Tumas's tyres may have gone already. But he's got plenty of time left. They may come back to him, and Stim has retired. As my earphones go really weird, honestly. Stim was an absolute very, very bad race indeed. To say he was very optimistic before the race started. And it's gone down to 1.6 now. Unbelievable stuff from Tumas. He's got it down to 1.6. And Shimasi must be struggling and must be quaking his boots, thinking, oh god, he's going to be here in a couple of laps, and thinking how to defend into what corners. It'll be already on his mind, as you can see. You can see it's on his mind because Tumas is gaining, and Tumas is thinking, I can win a first SLR race here. And he sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:33.2. That is pretty unbelievable at this point in the race. Obviously the fuel loads are going down and the tyres are pretty, they're not in the best condition from Tuomas's point of view. Shimasi will be on the better tyre right at the end, in my opinion, to be keeping Tuomas in the lead. But if, as long as Tuomas doesn't wheel spin it too much like that, oh god, then he should have a very good chance. As KLC isn't actually that far behind, he's 11 seconds behind. And then we've got Alan. That kid has obviously had a drive through, so that's why he's back there. Frandy's quite a way back. Then we've got Floris actually ahead of Adam, who's pitted onto the soft tyre. But Cadidas obviously and myself and Stim's retired. So we've got Shimasi and Tuomas fighting hammer and tongue, and the gap has actually extended slightly, but Shimasi's run wide, and we've got a very good battle for the lead. We've got Tuomas coming onto the DRS now, onto the hanger straight for the 22nd time, and Shimasi is going to obviously keep the position into Stowe, but Tuomas is no mug when it comes to overtaking. He's made plenty of overtakes in his time. He knows where Shimasi will be defending, and he knows that he'll be defending hard for his first SLR win. Whoever wins will win their first SLR win, get their first SLR win. And obviously Shimasi had a drive through, so he could have won comfortably, but we have a battle. He's made the battle. Obviously KLC is quite far back now, and Alan isn't that. He's dropping back from KLC slightly every single lap, and now it's even closer. They're getting very close indeed. So we've got Shimasi and Tuomas, they're very, very close. They're only half a tenth. I suppose that's a little bit more now. Yes, it's half a second, should I say. It's just gone up by a tenth of a second through that sector. But I don't think that will be Tuomas's best sector. I think this will be it. I think Tuomas is running more straight line speed than Shimasi is. I reckon we've got more wing. But we will see. And the closing 4 laps as Frandy goes and takes the fastest lap of the race. We're 1:32.7 with his new tyres. And we're going to come through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel for the 23rd time in this race. This enthralling race. And it's had lots of action from start to finish. We've been waiting for it, this battle for the first place. And here it is. Here it comes. Shimasi's made a mistake. And Tuomas is going to DRS to get that 10 extra kph more. And coming down into Stowe, they're a lot closer. He's right up his gearbox. Shimasi defends, but didn't need to defend. And now Tuomas is going to take the actual racing line, where Shimasi takes the inside line. He's locked up slightly, and Tuomas is just about going to stick him behind for now. He's going to wait for a safe move around the outside in DRS, I'm presuming, like he did on that Kid Ives. But he is in a prime position to get the lead of this race. Going into turn 1, turn 2 now. And the final race of the SLR F1 2016 game. And now we're on the PS4 as well, just going to say. And now we're going to come on to the first main straight away on the 24th lap. He opens his DRS. He's not going to be quite close enough. He's going to try and get him onto the hanger straight. As you can see, he's closing, but not quite enough. He's go down to 4th gear into the going towards now the old pit straight, and here's another straight to gain a bit of slipstream and gain a bit of time. It's less than a tenth in it. I mean, this doesn't get any closer, as you can see. As Floris is actually gone now. He's retired from the race. He's going to be closing all the time. Tuomas into Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel yet again. There's Floris's car. I'm assuming he just smashed the wall out of Cops. Now we're going to go into hanger straight, and he's a lot closer this time round. Tuomas will be absolutely licking his lips trying to make a move happen, but Shimasi goes defensive, and that's a bit close. As we go through Stowe, Shimasi's getting his elbows out, as he knows Tuomas is on the faster tyre and is a faster driver right at this minute in time. What are we saying in the comments section from Marcus and Stim? We're hearing that Marcus got blown up like he always does in lap 1, as I actually saw that as well. And now Shimasi, and I actually got mixed up with the 2 Red Bulls there actually, so my fault. As we go through the the end of the first sector on lap 25. We're going to stay with this battle. We're going to go from the broadcast cam now as Tumas is really up his gearbox. He's going to try and make a move around the outside. He goes defensive. Shimasi around the outside. Tumas goes. Oh, and he's going to run out of road. Oh, that's unfortunate. And now we're going into Luffield and into Cops is the next corner. Shimasi gets well out of shape. Tumas around the outside into Cops. This is great battling from the guys. Oh my god, I don't know what to say. Into Cops corner. Oh, Shimasi keeps it. Oh, what a move. And Frandy gets disqualified as we all knew he would have. We're going to go back on board with Tumas, and Shimasi must be wishing his lucky stars right now that he's still in the lead of this race. And now out with Maggots, Beckett and Jabal. Oh my god. He's gone down the inside. Tumas has got this. Tumas has got the lead of the race. And for the first time in the race, Tumas has got the lead of the race. What a move from Tumas. He's been setting that up. And Shimasi had nothing to answer for in going on to the last lap of the race. But Shimasi will not give this up, I can tell you now. So we're going to go on board with Shimasi now. No, we're not. We'll do now. Because this is going to be very close. I reckon that Shimasi is going to try and keep with Tumas and get him under DRS, because that's where it's been counting. That's how you can keep with the cars, is in them DRS zones, as Tumas locks up slightly. None of these have won an SLR race so far in their career. Obviously it's Shimasi's opening race, and Tumas raced last year and didn't win a community race or league race, and will be going on to the last lap and is nowhere near Tumas. Tumas looks like he's going to take the win here, but obviously anything can happen in this last lap of the race, as we're going to go on to the Cops for the final time in this enthralling Grand Prix. Cops now, and Shimasi takes it well, and Tumas has actually ran quite wide. His fuel is coming issue, his fuel lights on for Shimasi. We obviously don't know the fuel situation for either of these two drivers. Tumas coming into Chapel for the last time, gets the better exit from Shimasi, who gets all over the shop going into the Chapel section and down to the hangar straight, and it looks like Tumas is going to win, as we're closing all the time, but it's not enough. Tumas is going to go round the final. Actually, Shimasi is going around the outside. Tumas defends. It's all down to penalties, I think. I think Shimasi may get this on penalties. He's run out of fuel. Tumas trusses line, he wins. But doesn't, because Shimasi doesn't have any penalties. And Tumas, no. And Shimasi wins his first SLR race. And all this contact lost up between Alan and KLC, and Alan's in the pit lane and retires. Oh my god, unbelievable. And KLC comes across the line to finish third in the pit lane, unless that Kid Ives has anything to do with it, and he might do just as yet, because KLC hasn't crossed the line yet. He's still there, he's in the pit lane. Kid Ives, is it? No. Oh, Shimasi wins, and because of Tumas's one penalty, that KLC gets the final podium spot. That Kid Ives in fourth. Alan, oh, that must be heartbreaking for him. The fact he just, obviously we didn't see that battle, and Alan must have closed up a hell of a lot because he was quite far behind when I looked at him. And yeah, for the last SLR race, it was pretty decent race at the front. Yeah, very good race indeed. And Alan says, "What the fuck, KLC?" And I think we may get some driver interviews. First off, we'll get Mr. Stim back in here, and then we'll get some driver interviews, I think. So we'll get Stim back. Don't know which one he's using, so I'll invite both of them. I'll message. Yes, apparently Fandy saw it. I didn't quite see it. I'm going to message our podiumies. Actually, no, I'll do it on my phone. I've invited Mr. Stim back. He may come. So we'll have him to fill the time. No, Adam, I'm not joining your party yet. I'm going to do podium interviews first. So we've got KLC, Shimasi.
That was a good race.
Oh, we've got KLC here. So, how was that race for you, did you feel? Obviously, you got your... Actually, let's just start with how did your race go? In your POV.
Pretty well until the last lap, until I got a puncture.
Yeah, is that what happened with you and Alan, by the chance? Well, you and Alan came together in last lap, didn't it? I actually switched to it from Tumas, who actually lost the race on penalties in the end. He actually crossed the line first as well, which is heartbreaking for him. Obviously, at the very start, you was with Mr. Stim battling away. How was that battle for you?
It was hard work.
Yeah, Mr. Stim's not the easiest person to battle. Trying to find Shimasi actually. Also, obviously, you got a podium in the end. I mean, that must be a pleasing result from where you was. I think you got a drive through, didn't you? At some point, I think in.
I got front wing damage. I got checked.
Oh yeah, because you made an extra pit stop, I think. Because that's why you ended up so far down after battling Stim. Because I think you were right up there beforehand. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously, F1 2016 is now at an end, and F1 2017. I'm presuming you get an F1 2017.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to maybe joining SLR Season 2? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really got much to say. So, yeah, this is KLC. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm trying to get to Messi. Will you do to view? Ask Shimasi. Also, I want to get Stim back in. I don't know what he's doing.
Did you see what happened with the front two on like the last couple laps?
Yeah, that was crazy. I was watching that all the way. I didn't even switch from him for the whole 2 laps. It was like crazy. Tumas and Shimasi. It was a really good battle. If you get a chance, then watch it on the StraightLineRacing live action channel. I commentated on the race.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to get Shimasi in right now. I'm assuming that's him. Also, Tumas, I've got him. Give him a message. Look for Shimasi. That might have been the wrong Shimasi. He's not on my friends list. Come on. No, I think that's it. That's the only Shimasi. I also re-invited Stim. I don't really know. I just invited him, I think. Stim. Oh. Assuming he's joined Adam and all them. Stim. Please join Stim. I want to ask you a question. No. Next season. No, I don't want to give you a podium interview next season. I want to give you one now. We've got some on Twitter as well. Let's have a look. Actually, is he still in the game, Shimasi? No. I'll invite Tumas to the party, see if he joins. I don't think we're going to get Shimasi because he's not on my friends list. Because I didn't make the lobby. Frandy did all that. I'll invite Tumas, see what. If he speaks English. I'm assuming he does. Stim won't join, I don't think. Come on, Thomas.
Excuse me.
Come on, Thomas, come on. I've got things to do, Thomas. Please, hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Oh yeah, Thomas started last as well. The fact he got to first was pretty insane. Thomas, hurry up. I'll invite Shamasi as well, see if he joins. I'm getting him. He's like making excuses at the minute because he's Norwegian and doesn't speak perfect English. So he's thinking that he's breaking an interview for some odd reason. When I'm conducting the interview. Come on, I want to end the stream. Oh, Thomas, here we are.
Okay, hello.
Please cast your mic to be loud. Very interesting race for you. Obviously, you was in the walls a bit, starting from last. Obviously, you couldn't join the session. How was your race, in your opinion?
I think car was perfect. Absolutely perfect car, and of course stupid corner cutting quite start of the race, but I was quite happy after everything.
Obviously, you had to start from last, so you had to work your way through the field. Also, Stim was there, and Frandy. Obviously, there's quite a few big names, let's say, who shouldn't be in there at the back. How did you find working your way through the field?
You mean how I?
Yeah,
how I didn't hear.
Yeah.
I
How
didn't
did you
hear
feel working your way
how
through after the first lap? Because the first lap was pretty.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was interesting. Yeah, I was taking some space to the first corner, so I was checking good ways to go, and obviously there was some cars going wide, and
Yeah,
I
it's
got
pretty
some
crazy.
advance from that.
And also, we've got to ask you about your battle with Shamasi at the end. Pretty intense battle. I'm not gonna lie. Watching it from afar. How was it for you?
The battle in the end.
Yes.
Yeah, it is always fun to battle with someone wheel to wheel. It's always fun, and today it was I think my pace was so good that I had a small advance. I feel like that.
Obviously, you was on the mediums and he was on the hards. Obviously, that was a
Yeah.
small advantage as well. Watching it, and I was actually quite surprised how you were catching him. To be honest, I just thought because he blazed off into the distance in the first couple of laps, and then obviously you just reeled him in. Obviously, he had a drive-through as well. I don't know if you know about that. Mid-race for speeding. So yeah, have you got anything else to say about your race in general? No.
So, I didn't hear again so well. So
Did you-
general.
Did you have any Do you have anything else to say about your race in general, I meant?
Uh, Nothing special.
And also, I'd like.
I'm only waiting, noting the next season.
And also, I'd like to ask you what your aims are for next season as well. That would be interesting to know.
Yeah, I hope next season will be good. I
Hopefully
will
better than
start
15th.
from. Sorry?
Hopefully better than 15th you achieved last season.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was, it was tough to be in the 15th, but I was happy to get there.
Okay, thank you very much, Thomas. So this will be the end of the stream. The last.
Thank
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone who watched. The SLR season will be starting on. Well, the time trials will start on the 25th. The SLR season will be starting on the 17th for the pre-season. Hopefully, I'll see KLC and Tumas there, racing myself as well. And yeah, thank you guys, and until next time, this is Nano 57, and we're out. Thank you all.